Hello friends, this is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I am here to do the Divine Feminine reading, messages from your Divine Counterpart. So actually this could be Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. It's just kind of checking in with what's going on with whoever is watching this video and whatever energy they carry, as well as then messages from their counterpart. So if that makes perfect sense to you. So this is for Friday. This is the 11/11 portal. So more big energies for the week. I'm having all these cards wanting to stay on the table. Just saw the Ace of Swords. So it is definitely a energetically charged week with that full moon total lunar eclipse in Taurus. This is about valuing how we're seeing our 3D experience, how we can enhance that 3D experience. What is your kind of purpose here from this point forward? So remember, we've talked before that with that full moon lunar eclipse, everything that no longer served you, that you've kind of been resisting letting go of, is going to leave your life one way or another. So keep that in mind as you see the exodus of things. Just keep in mind and say, that must have not been something that was going to serve my greatest and highest good. So I'm going to pull from a variety of decks. I'll tell you what the decks are as I go through, and I'm going to scaffold this reading based upon what you need to know, messages from your guides, but also messages from your divine counterpart. So I'm going to start with the Lover's Oracle, and let's see what messages come through, either about your connection, about you, or a message from your counterpart, something they want you to know. Well, here's the first one. Imagine all the unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for the new opportunities and possibilities for your life. This goes right along with what I was saying as making room energetically for new energy to enter your life. So this is just transmuting all that is negative, all that is unwanted, all that is no longer serving your highest and greatest good. You're imagining that, setting the intention that that is going to be transmuted into white light energy, and that is then going to create new energy to come into your life. It's going to create that kind of vacuum and that flow. So what's going to happen is it's going to create this energetic flow, and that is going to attract new energy into your life. So that's what this card is about. Now I'm going to pull some more from this deck in a minute, but I want to get a couple of other messages kind of as side notes to underscore what this is. So we're definitely having unwanted energy leave our life in the form of thoughts, in the form of unwanted items. Any kind of 3D vibration that you're experiencing, if it's not something that makes you feel uplifted and good, it's time for it to go. This is loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So this is some sort of energy that you may be feeling, and look at how those cards are kind of having the same color scheme. And fear. Holy cow. Loneliness and fear. So here are definitely the unwanted thoughts that need to be leaving. Let's pull a couple more. That was from the Soul's Journey. This is messages from your guides. That's the Oracle. Let's see what happens here. This is definitely having to release some very deep and undermining thoughts. Focus on the positive. We've definitely seen this card in readings recently. I have seen this a lot, and this is focusing your energy and your thoughts toward the positive things. That is the way to release a lot of these lower vibration thoughts. They said pull one more. So it feels like for this, all right, we got two. You are here for a reason. Release toxic relationships. Okay, so overall, it says ask for guidance on the bottom. Okay, so overall, there is somebody who is feeling very lonely and very fearful that they may have released so many relationships that they are totally by themselves. They feel like they are alone in the universe. And the message from your guides are, you are truly not alone. You are never really alone. But there is some fear and some loneliness, like, you know, if I release all of this, what if something doesn't come in for me? And you're being reminded you are here for a reason. You do have a purpose. And this full moon lunar eclipse was to clean out, clear out, and release anything that is not helping you with that purpose. Focus on the positive. Don't lapse into this low vibration, negative, self-condemning energy. And whatever relationship is inspiring this in you, don't be afraid to release. Don't get into fear, and don't feel like you're going to be alone. It's going to open up the opportunity for somebody new and more aligned with this higher version of yourself. They're going to come in. Now, I had two cards that stayed on the deck when I picked up to shuffle. One is the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. The Six of Pentacles energy for me is almost my favorite card in the deck. This shows me that there is an equilibrium. The universe always tries to balance energy. It's always trying all energy is trying to find equilibrium. And when we're in Six of Pentacles energy, we are in equilibrium of the flow. We have energy coming in and energy flowing out. And this is that energy from where we are manifesting at our highest and greatest. However, this is in the reverse. So this tells me that this energetic flow is definitely blocked. And it's going to be if you have fear-based energy and if you're feeling alone. This card is Eight of Wands. This is flow. This is taking actions to create that energy of flow and to overcome inertia. This is inertia. This is not movement, not flow. It's stagnancy. It's just not having any kind of balance in energies. However, this is the actions that are coming in that are going to start to create this flow dynamic. So hopefully we'll see the Pentacles, Six of Pentacles right side up. So I'm going to pull some tarot and let's just see what comes through. And then I'll pull some more from the Lover's Oracle as more messages. But right now I kind of want to get a little bit more information about these toxic relationships. And then why, whoever this reading is for. Now we've had two come out, three come out in the reverse. Oh, absolutely. Look here. We have this waiting energy with the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. And then we have the High Priestess, all in the reverse. So we have the energy I'm getting from this is somebody has been in the energy of just having made a huge investment, and now they didn't listen to their intuition, so they made this investment that turned out to be, and it's not a financial investment, it's like an investment of time, energy, resources, emotions, but it turned out to be absolutely blocking them from something better coming in. It didn't pan out the way they wanted it to. Absolutely. Yeah, see, here's the fear-based. Four of Pentacles to me is somebody clinging to something for security. They're afraid to let go. They were afraid to let go because they were afraid they would be alone. So that's why we have this fear and loneliness. But remember, you are never alone. There we go. Chariot. Thank you. Now there's some movement forward. Now there's going to be this series of actions taken that is going to initiate this movement. This is going to instigate opportunity. And it's actually going to help convert you to somebody who is being somewhat passive, to having to make some decisions that are going to move you forward. Here's the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped. We have the Eight of Wands. That's going to overcome those Eight of Swords. Those swords are going to turn into actions. Right now, you've been in the recycling thoughts energy, where you're just, monkey mind, looping in about past situations and scenarios. But that has inhibited you from moving forward. But now we have that Eight of Wands there, which is really going to be about taking dedicated action to get yourself into this flow state. Yeah, see, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. You're going to not feel as though you're going to have to stand your ground. You're not going to worry anymore. Here's the Empress energy. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Nine of Pentacles. Somebody moving on alone, facing your fear of being alone, knowing that it's not loneliness that you're afraid of. It's not having attachment that you're afraid of. You've probably never been in a situation in your life where you've not ever had somebody to be attached to, and that's fear. Yeah, there's Page of Swords. That's fear-based thinking, and so that has become a habitual mental habit. Is I've never been alone. I've never had time alone. I've never been single. I've never been independent. I've never had to face the world alone. And so here we have this Page of Swords in the reverse. Pages to me are new things coming in, messages coming in, ideas coming in, initiating some action. It's kind of like the catalyst, the first thing that starts to move things forward. It could be a message, it could be a text, it could be, in this case, it could be a new thought pattern, because it looks as though we have this Eight of Swords here in the upright. The Page of Swords comes in and says, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to start to break this thought pattern. I'm going to implement a new thought pattern, which is going to get me out of the Nine of Swords, avoiding the Nine of Swords. Instead of going to Nine of Swords, you're breaking the pattern. You're breaking the cycle of thought. Let's pull a couple more. And this is the traditional Rider-Waite deck. There we go. There's the Knight of Cups. Now this is then somebody seeing this change in you and then making an emotional move towards you, because they see that you are showing this courage and bravery and overcoming your fear and saying, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to have this kind of energy. And then they kind of move towards you in this emotional level and say, hey, I'm proud of you, and wow, I see a big difference in the way you're a better version on your own. Okay, Eight of Cups in the reverse. We've got a lot of eights here. Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups. What we're missing is Eight of Pentacles. But the Eight of Cups is in the reverse. So you have been able to walk. You have been unable to walk away from whatever this is. You have been unable to walk away. But once you do, you'll hit that Nine of Cups where you'll realize it was the best thing for you. You overcoming your fear and saying, I've got to listen to my intuition. There's the Queen of Wands in the challenge position, but she's ready. She's waiting for the right time to make that action, to break free. There's the World card. There you go. All right, let's pull another one from the Lover's Oracle. That seems like one very complicated message, but it definitely, let me move this down. There. It definitely gives you an idea of what it is that needed to be released so that you would be able to bring in this new energy and put an end to this old habitual thought pattern. I have to move this camera again. I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay, what messages from the Divine Counterpart? Okay? And for added emphasis, we just threw it on the floor. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, so if you can see the image on the card, somebody looking into the water and seeing not only their reflection, but almost somebody else. There's an image of somebody else in that water. And so they're try to keep your emotions from clouding your, let's see, let's pull the light seers, from clouding your perception. And that may be why you haven't been able to let go, or you haven't been able to let go of resentment about your counterpart and something that's happened in the past. This is a very different energy than I thought. Okay, 3 of Wands. There was definitely a disappointment in the expectation. That's where the resentment is coming from. Somebody has been expecting something. Okay, so we have 2 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. Somebody had an idea of their mind that this was going to come into union, and because it didn't come in the way they wanted it to, in the time frame they wanted it to, they started to build up some resentment. That's going to have to be released. Could be a third party situation. Somebody was expecting somebody to walk away and they haven't. So then it was like, well, you know, now I resent you for that. You chose them over me, that kind of thing, because you were afraid of being alone. It's time to release all of this. This is definitely not for your highest and greatest good. Even if it's with your twin or divine counterpart, you have to step away and give them the freedom to make the decision they need to make for them. And, you know, you need to be okay being by yourself. The Lovers. Bottom of the deck, Page of Wands. Okay, so maybe doing something different. Trying something different is going to shift the energy. All right, I am going to pull messages from your animal spirit guides, and let's see what they say. This is a good time to go on a new adventure. Here's the action that you're going to take differently that is going to shift everything to more toward this equilibrium. That's an emu. Manatee. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it and getting resentful because it's not changing. It's not the right time, and it might not be the right thing. This doesn't feel twin flaming to me. This feels like somebody's involved in a relationship that it feels like somebody's married and they are just attached and they're afraid to let go because they're afraid of being alone. But they've built this up into something that is unrealistic. They have invested a lot of time and emotions in this, and it's totally unrealistic. And so now they're having to let it go, and they've built up all this resentment and all of this fear, and that's what has to be released. And loyal and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. The masters of fear, the masters of resentment, the masters of trying to control an outcome. That has been what has derailed you and this connection. Okay, so that's something that you definitely needed to hear. All right, let's move on to more from the Lover's Oracle. Trust. Okay. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. Didn't we have another one saying something about the current situation. Accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. These two cards go absolutely together. I mean, you can't get any closer than that. One is about trust, and the other is about trying not to control a situation. I'm sorry, this is not the message that you probably were hoping for, but it is definitely a message that is going to move you forward if you embrace it, because this is what I've been talking about with this lunar eclipse season, or the solar eclipse and then the lunar eclipse. I said there was going to be a great release of things that you were afraid to let go of, that were lingering. Here's sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, and there where you will find true bliss. Trust that. Trust that place where you are one eternal soul. They said take one more. And then I'll pull some more tarot, and then I'm going to pull some sacred self-care, because it is Scorpio season, and boy howdy do we need some self-care. Sacred union. Okay. Trust, sexual union, sacred union, Three of Cups, Lovers. Do you see it clearly? Do you see it clearly? Look at these two cards. This is the answer. Somebody has been trying to figure out why they cannot seem to be in some sort of union with their counterpart. And the answer is because you've been trying to control the outcome, trying to force the relationship into something that it's not ready for. And then you were doing all of this because you were fearful of being alone, fearful that they were choosing somebody else over you. That's what that Lover card is. They were making a choice to be with somebody else and not you, because it was a third party situation. You had a lot of fear that they weren't going to choose you, so you got into this really low vibration energy of expectation and control, and that's what has to be released in order for that new energy to come in, for the flow to establish the equilibrium, and then to move forward. So it's up to you to make that decision, to take those actions, and then everything will move forward. It's going to help you ease out of that constant recycling of thoughts. It's going to help you focus more on you and what makes you happy. And it's going to be a great release. Look at this. And then here's that Page of Wands that I was telling you about. This is that new action that you're going to take. Look how blissful she is. And then right under that is the Sun card, which is a Divine Masculine card, but it's also an outcome card. Look at how similar those two images are. This is the light, transmuting those negative thoughts into light. Like we said, imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light. And look at how light and energetic this figure is. Under that was the Emperor, Divine Masculine energy. Releasing all of this and transmuting it into light is liberating. It is going to free you, and it's going to create the dynamic to bring new energy into your life. But you have to be willing to let go of the fear of the fear of loneliness and the resentment. And that's just the message. Let's see what else you need to know. The World card in the reverse, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Somebody who has been very resistant to taking the actions to become single, independent, because they are afraid of being alone. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. If you take the challenge to end this kind of negative feedback loop for yourself, you have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to be perfectly happy with the outcome, with being single. You're not going to feel lonely. There are people going to come into your life to support you, the right people. But you need to be in that frequency, and you need to be in that energy. Right now, you're blocking everything from coming in. Okay, let's pull some more tarot. No, I'm going to pull, see, freedom, bottom of the deck. This is liberation for you. This is an old pattern of thinking, something you have been in for a long time. And I can honestly tell you, I got a couple of people on my mind right now that this is their story. Failure. There's a fear of failure. There is a fear that all this that you have invested in this relationship, and now you feel like, if I walk away now, I'm going to be a failure. Oh my gosh. I can tell you right now, there are several people this reading that I know right now that this reading is definitely their storyline, and it's multiple people. So if it's multiple people that I know in my circle, then it's going to be multiple people, even more people in the collective. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation, and part of that is you're not seeing the other person's side. They can't leave this relationship right now. They're not ready. It's a third-party situation. It's very complicated, and here's worry. Look at all of this low vibration energy. Let's pull some tarot on that, because I'm sorry. You know, I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday, and I basically was, you know, kind of just, I remember saying something about, here's a little bit of tough love. I'm sorry, but this is something that you really need to step back and see, because I don't think you're seeing it. Okay, Six of Pentacles in the upright. Yes. Wheel of Fortune. And the King of Wands. This is taking the appropriate action steps in order to balance this energy and allow the Wheel of Fortune to turn. Allow that movement. Allow the divine destiny to come in. This is your basic fear, is that the destiny, the divine destiny, is not what you wanted your destiny to be, and you have held on to that for so long. And now you're releasing and letting what is in your highest and greatest good come in, even if it wasn't exactly what you thought it was going to be. You're going to be happy. Here's the Seven of Swords. This has been something that you have been really, you've known all along. You've known, but you fought against it. Temperance on the bottom. You are going to be so happy when you are liberated from this. I mean, I've got the Sun card, I've got the Nine of Cups card, I've got the Nine of Pentacles card. I don't even know if I read this. Did this card come out? Stay in the background and adapt to the situation rather than being conspicuous and attempting to direct the course of events. Didn't we have this about control? Yeah, accept the situation. I didn't even see this card come out. It's a chameleon card. It's another card of trying not to, you know, just stepping back and allowing things. Here's Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so afraid of being left alone. So afraid of being the outcast. Three of Wands. There's Three of Wands is coming up a lot. There was an expectation. Also feels like there was an expectation that this other person was going to walk away from and you haven't shown interest in anything else. Everything has been focused, no matter what the divine has brought to you. You have not been able to see it because you've been so fixated on this. You've been caught up in that fear-based energy. The divine now is coming in with this cup. And it's making this offer. And it has shown you that this whole scenario, this whole situation has to be let go. It's the Hierophant. It's been a huge spiritual lesson. Nine of Wands, it has brought you to your knees. But the full moon lunar eclipse was the end. It's almost like you just know now you can't go back to it. So let's see what else. Then I want to get some messages. Look, the Hierophant again. This is now going to change the course of events for the future. All right, let's pull something from the Lover's Oracle and see if we can get a message from the Divine Counterpart. What do they want you to know? What do they want you to know? Okay, we're only going to take the ones that I see the writing on. Don't make decisions based upon guilt or what you think you should do. It is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Definitely a message from the masculine. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Now, we have lots of information here about transforming a relationship out of this old energy into this new non-attached energy, and just allowing the energy to stabilize, to come into equilibrium, and then see how this is going to transform everything. Acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point in trying to change what is beyond our control. Again, trying to control and change the situation has proven ineffective. All right, is there anything else they want me to pull? Let's pull something. I'm going to pull this Nine of Cups card here. Okay, so this is changing one's habit of mind. Yeah, Seven of Cups. It's a little uncomfortable and confusing when you have to redirect your thoughts to something that you've been so habitually thinking about. It's almost hard to choose something else because it feels like some of the other choices aren't emotionally satisfying or gratifying. It's almost like this feedback loop has been in some way gratifying. It has satisfied your need to think about it. Time to let go. Make a list of everything that is bothering you, that is worrying you, that has you in fear-based thinking. And look at it honestly, being honest with yourself. How many of those things have you been trying to control? I can tell you right now, I have like 3 on my list. And it's not about a relationship, it's about other things. But this is totality of life. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. This is like very domineering. This is a person who is trying to control. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles. This could be a commitment, a marriage. This could be somebody focusing on the money aspects of life. Here we have the Six of Swords on the bottom. So allowing this is what's coming in. This is what's like in the energetic field right now, but it's not manifested in the physical. But this is Six of Swords. This is peace. This is moving on to a calmer state of mind. when you release this need to control. Okay, let's take some sacred self-care. I think we're going to need it. I want to use this deck throughout Scorpio season because, man, it's a deep Scorpio season. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the burning bowl ceremony to release these things that are troubling you. This, whatever it is you're trying to control, write down, connect with fire. So maybe meditate with a candle. You know, if it's cool in your area, maybe go out and have a little fire, roast some marshmallows, you know, just kind of sit and allow your brain to release, ground yourself. Ground your energy. That will help with some of the anxiety. Sorry, my eye just like all of a sudden got super itchy. It's like a sharp, make an altar. And pleasure. Find something that brings you physical pleasure. I'll pull one more and then we'll end the reading here. Take a walk. And maybe stop for a sweet treat just to give yourself a little bit of, I don't want to say reward, but I want to say encouragement. But let's not make it a habit. But it's okay if you just need a little pick-me-up, because this is a lot to release. This is a whole mindset, a whole habit of mind that you're having to release and fill with something more positive. By focusing on this positive, you're going to transform the situation, and by releasing all of those lower vibration situations into light energy, you're going to transmute them, and this is going to create that equilibrium of energy within you that then is going to bring in all the other things that are going to make you like super happy. Super happy. Happiness is the outcome. Okay? Thank you for being here. Thank you for your energy. Thank you to everybody who has signed up for my readings. Remember, the readings are discounted until December 1st to help us get through this Scorpio season. So if you need a personal reading, please reach out through the email in the description box, and I am happy to help. Until later, my friends, I'll see you Sunday for the weekly overview. Namaste.